Okay, so I just got home from work and low tide is exactly right now. So this is me and exactly what happens. I gotta say hello to the dog real fast. Hey buddy, hey buddy, hello, hello. Go ahead, put your head down, take a nap. Because I can only give her about 10 seconds of affection because I have to go out to the mud. Oh, maybe 20 seconds. Hi, pretty girl. Hello. Okay, then I gotta run. Okay, I gotta find the waders that have holes in them. And as you can see, part of my procrastination, I'm supposed to be putting a dishwasher in and a cabinet. But there are more important things right now. There's my bag. Let's climb over this. And, okay, waders with the holes in them. Check. Can't use my good waders. Bag, gloves, check. Bag for smaller things. Check. Unfortunately, with everything I have on, it's so warm out today, I'm probably gonna roast. Bike, scooper, check. I ride my bike to my destination. I look at my stairs and unfortunately remind myself how much procrastinating I really do because I gotta fix my stairs too. But I can put that off because I'm heading mudlarking. 30 seconds into the bike ride, because I take off like a bat out of hell. My quads are burning right now. They had no time to warm up. That's a lactic acid accumulation that will dissipate about right when I'm done with the ride. Right about now, as my legs are starting to feel a little bit better, I do try to take in the scene or the scenery because I do appreciate it. In the midst of always feeling like I'm panicking to get here fast, even when I don't have to. I feel like I rush to get here. But I do appreciate what I'm able to do in my surroundings. I thank whatever God is up there for letting me do this. Well, I'll thank them all just to cover my bases. And I'm about, a quarter of a block away. Heart rate is about 122. And it'll be coming way down when I get to my serene spot. Almost there. All right, bike is in a semi-secluded area. Got a deep gorge to slide down, which because I'm using my hand to videotape, I usually have that, but I can navigate it. And then once I hear that, serenity now, I'm here. I look to the left and look to the right and see what kind of wash has been coming through, because I haven't been here in about a week. Because you see a lot of mud, there has not been a heavy wash. And because you can see the algae had time to grow, it has not been a heavy wash. So I will look at the wash more so on the hill than here today initially, because I believe we did have some rain, which creates a nice wash on the hills. But if there's anything significant, I would certainly see a bit more stones and pebbles coming through. So I don't, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time here. I might get right to some sifting. There are definitely common areas that I will look at. I love to see this old pilings here, because that dates way back. But as many times as I search around that, I never really find anything in there. So I don't spend too much time. Maneuvering back to initially where I do a lot of digging. You can see my spoils all up here. I'll look through that. Sometimes I might see something on top, like this old bottle. I like these, but I've got a lot of them. Mostly what's up here is what I've already gone through. So I'll search the bottom of my digs to see if anything showed up. Well, I'm still just navigating across the surface because there's a lot of areas that I recognize what they look like when I left the last time I was here. And if they look way different this time, I know there's been some movement. I just picked up this thing. I have no idea what it is. I thought it was more brass, but it's now kind of looking at aluminum. Not sure what that is. But as you can see, when I look at the puddles here, It's a lot to look at. I could probably just spend the day scanning the top. But I do want to get to some sifting, hopefully find a good deep area. Look at all this stuff. Some days I'm here and I just feel like my eyes are working like eagle eyes. Other days they do not. Now I'm fighting with a new pair of glasses because I have recently decided that I am nearsighted, which means I can see up close. It took me about 10 years to figure that out. But because I wear these all the time, my close vision with the glasses on is not great. But I am managing to get used to it, and I think I just pulled up some kind of interesting looking button. A little flower shape, maybe? Huh. Well, if that wasn't broken, that would be a really cool amber flask. But the top is sheared off. You never really know what's going to pop up. Here's a cool toy car rim. I don't really know what car it's off of, but that just popped out of nowhere. Cool piece. Well, nothing great in this spot right here, but because I am pulling out bigger bottles, it does tell me that there are bigger things collecting here, which is exactly what I want. As you can see, my little collection of bottles. Well, I was hesitating on this one, although I do like the square shape of it, and I think it's an ink. But then when I turned it, I do have a little guy embossed there, and I've seen that before. I don't remember what he's holding, but I think it's an old ink. And it says something there. And I've seen this before, but my memory doesn't serve me ever. And the lighting, I really can't read it. Something color, maybe tricolor. Yeah. Well, I'm keeping it. Well, I just had a guy stop by and ask me a few questions about what I was doing down here. And funny story, I was watching The Detectorists yesterday, and I caught myself binging many episodes. Oddly enough, I can't watch too many because I find myself relating to it way too well, and it makes me feel really awkward for some reason. But in any event, I find it hysterical. But it was the episode where the guy was on a footpath, a very common footpath, and him and his buddy thought that there were not a lot of people on it that day. And then people started walking by, and each one asked, "Hey, you're metal detecting?" It's like, "Yeah." "Is any gold?" And he gets very frustrated that every person says, "Did you find any gold?" And he has to say no. Well, I certainly don't mind this guy coming by and talking to me, but his first question was, "Did you find any gold?" But 5 minutes later, I'm back to scooping again, and I think I might have found, although it's tiny, my first ever ring here. It is tiny. I'm gonna say it's kind of brass-ish, but there's definitely some kind of insignia or symbol there. I don't know if it's a pick or something, but I'll better be able to tell you what that is when I get it home. And no gold yet. And that, my friends, is always a welcoming sight. And sadly, it almost dropped. Because we don't have a metal detector here, and marbles don't respond to metal. So if I drop this guy, it would be hard pressed to find him. Look at the action on this baby. Great, great designs and swirls. If only the guys I used to wrestle with could hear me now. Whatever floats your boat. All right, this is the same scoop that I pulled that marble out of. And I'm seeing something fantastic. Oh, what is going on here? What is your story? Look at the design on you. You're a cork top. There you go. What were you? Excellent. So number 5 in the bottom. That's an awesome looking bottle. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I do see some bubbles in there. I'm gonna put this in the early 1900s, probably 1920s, maybe a little bit earlier. Fantastic, look at that bad boy. All right. It's really an unorthodox method of mudlarking. I'm doing more of sifting than anything else, but it is very cool when something pops up from the dark and looks like this. What is going on here? The bottom of some kind of lamp? Huh. We've had some recent milk glass oddities, and man, oh man, I wish this thing wasn't broken. But there's gotta be something I can do with this. How cool is that? Well, this is a more common bottle, and it's probably closer to the 40s or 50s. But I love the citrate magnesium with all the embossing, the directions on it. And this one looks like it's in really good shape. But that textured bottom, it always reveals that it's not that old. I think they started doing that in the 50s and 60s. But great embossing, and it looks in great shape. An interesting color to the glass, too. All right, here's another bottle. I believe it says Dermatics on it. And it's not super old again, although I prefer finding very, very old bottles. But I do like the embossing on this, and I'm going to keep that. And I'm just about finishing up. 2 straight hours of digging and sifting starts to wear you out, so you have to take a break. And as you can see, rain is coming in. It was clearly sunny when I came. Remember, this is still one trip, and you can see just how slow the water is moving back in. Tide's coming back in. This doesn't do well to move stuff around. But we have lower tides coming up in the future, which means big change between high and low tide, so this water will be moving around a lot and hopefully surface some stuff. By the way, that ring I found earlier, it's the second one I found here, not the first. I felt something heavy down there, and you're going to do the reveal with me. I have no idea if that's broken. I have no idea how banged up it is, but it was heavy. And Sunsweet. Oh, look at this thing. What is going on here? Now you don't have any embossing for me? You are a super cool looking bottle. Again, I have no idea what this is for, but love the shape of it. And I'm gonna enjoy looking it up. I knew you were down there. Wow. Well, now you can see the tide is starting to move a little faster because it's getting deep. And it's kind of a nice little ending. My last dig had a couple pieces of china in it that are gonna be nice to clean up to see the artwork on it. And that's gonna end my day here. That was 2 hours of pretty much non-stop digging and sifting. And you're gonna see just what I pulled out in just this one trip today. Now keep in mind, this was a great trip. It is not often that I find this much stuff after 2 hours of digging. Just happened to be the day I decided to do a full video hunt, one hunt. This is all I got in this week. Now I get back on my bike. Make sure when I crawl up out of my little hole, I don't scare the bejesus out of anyone, like the creature from the Black Lagoon, because I'm not the prettiest sight coming out of the mud. But now I'm gonna ride my bike back and go to cleanup mode. Well, I got sidetracked. Taking a short pit stop to see what the town dug up over here. From the road, it looked kind of like there were some bottles, which going this far back in the weeds would be interesting. But as I'm getting closer, or not, it's just bits and bobs of plastic. But you never really know till you get close enough to look at what would be over here. No, it's garbage. No bottles. It's worth a shot. Look at that mud. And I'm back. Just as soon as I left, I'm already back. Quick procrastination stress out because I see it again. And then I'm in to do some really fast cleanup. Wonder what my neighbors think when they see me in this outfit. It's all good. Well, that just came out of that hole. And I feel like I've seen this charm before. And I'm not really sure where, but the back of it looks familiar too. And I'm sure I've seen it on someone's YouTube video before. And I don't remember what it is. Interesting little piece. Guessing something religious.